Actually,
I'm one of your good customers. I come in all the time. I love your place, man.
I think I have all good customers. I don't have bad ones.
Right. I'm one of the better ones.
I did.
Are you interested in any of those? You want to look at them? Those
Like I
4
said,
Zippos that I got here?
These 4?
I mean, some of them are even cheaper, you know, but this one has a frame, it's got this, it's got that certificate, so what were you thinking? I mean, hey guys, Pete over here. I want to start this video with this email that I got from one of you guys, and this email is from Kenneth. And this is about the binoculars that I showed off on a previous video that Richard reached out to me and he bought those binoculars and I already shipped them out. But this is an interesting story that I want to talk about. And I don't know if it's coincidence or just, you know, small world we live in, I guess, because Kenneth writes an email to me and says, I'm a big fan, I watch your videos all the time, and when you showed off those binoculars, I was really interested in buying them. And this is what he writes. I was watching YouTube and you talked about a man named Richard and how he was stationed aboard a USS Sacramento during Vietnam War. And he knew what he had. Now the really strange part to all of this, my dad was also stationed on the ship during the war, and when the ship and a crew returned to the States, some of the crew family were allowed aboard the ship for the last few days of the homecoming. So I was there possibly when Richard was, and may have looked out the same watch glasses as he. If you talk to Richard, ask him if he knew a shipmate by the name Master Chief Fisher. So Richard, if you're watching this email is from Kenneth and he's wondering if you served with Master Chief Fisher. This would be great if you can drop a comment below. Such a unique thing that that both of you guys were on the same ship. Let's get into today's video. Apart now, but
She's a good cat, huh?
she's a fantastic kitty.
She's something else.
Hey guys, let's talk about this Gwen Stefani here. I mean, it's cool. It's her younger years, right? Mm-hmm. I think the signature is legit. Even though I don't recognize this company and this gentleman who does this, but the signature comparing to all the other stuff looks good. But here's my problem. Look, her stuff just does, even when it's signed, doesn't bring a whole lot of money. If it's the whole band that's signed, a little bit different, but here's one from Bucket, and that's with the No Doubt band, you know, signatures. Mm-hmm. But by herself, $20, $30, $40. Here's a CD for $50, $75. Here's the whole band, and it's on a ticket. But the pictures,
it's not worth you buying.
I'll make you an offer, but it's like $15. You know what I mean? So yeah. I don't know, for that kind of money, you may be just better off holding on to it. Because I'll put like $35, first 30, boom, it's sold. You know what I mean? By looking what you can get online, you know. I mean, some of them are even cheaper, you know. But this one has a frame, it's got this, it's got that certificate, so. What were you thinking? I mean,
because like this was from a friend of mine that he gave to me,
right?
And he had said he paid $200 for this.
He's also kind of dumb.
Yes, he is not the smartest man.
I didn't say that. You said that.
I did. I said it for you.
By looking what stuff is selling from her, I just can't justify getting more than like $30-$40 out of it. You know, so. It's your call, man.
I mean, yeah, if you're offering $15, it's fine with me.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I just don't want you to be like, oh my gosh, he told me it's worth $200, and it's you seeing what they're selling for, you know? So, all right. I do need your idea. I'll write you up. Don't tell your friend what you told me. No, but sometimes you never know. It might have been in a heat of the moment. He was somewhere that, you know... something was happening and it seemed like a good deal and he ended up getting it, but
he's telling me he'll just keep it then.
He said no.
Yeah, it's from what he's telling me right now. He'll just keep it.
Yeah. So that's why I was asking. I mean, so it's still his then. It's
Yeah.
not yours. Okay. Then I shouldn't be even buying if it wasn't yours. I thought you
Because
said
he had asked me
gave
to
it
bring
to
it
you.
to pawn it, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll do it. And he said basically take whatever, and I just double check with him. He's like, nah, keep it.
I
I'm
get
like,
it.
okay.
I get it. That's what I said. For that kind
Yeah.
of money, you're probably better off just keeping it. You
Yeah.
know. So
Well, thank you.
you're welcome. No problem. No problem. Like Miss Walters, what is she doing? She's flying. Oh, she's like, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. They're not the best friends, that's for sure. Here, all right, do your thing. Do your thing. Be good. Good job. Yeah. So I just,
I love my job. What could I say? You know?
especially when vintage 1960s
Yeah.
Ludwig snare shows up.
I can't wait to. I
Work-
took a video of it, and so I can show you what it looks like before and after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So I just got this. I did pay up a little bit for it. I think if you get it cleaned up and this will look semi-decent and you change the skins on it.
Yeah.
And this piece, what is this called?
A snare.
This itself? That's what it's...
That's what it is. Yeah, this is
Okay.
a snare. Snare strainer, if you
Some
want.
strainer, yeah. Yeah, make it look beautiful and hopefully I can get some good money out of it, you know? So, I mean, it's desirable, like you said, that old logo on it. Where is it?
Right here.
Yeah. That blue and greenish old logo. I know some of them can bring really good
Yeah.
money. You
Well,
know?
Ludwig all around,
Yeah.
are really good snares.
So,
Yeah.
all right, working magic.
Gonna make it look beautiful.
Decided to make a trip?
Well, my
Or-
son lives in Algonquin,
Oh, right next door.
and I didn't know your store was here.
Look
And I
at
told
that.
Danny, I'm gonna go over and see this guy. It's always on YouTube.
Yeah, look at that. It's a small world, huh?
Yeah, it is.
You know, so.
I would feel bad taking 65.
That's a lot of lighter.
Yes.
Can I have one receipt for this too?
Well, I haven't bought this yet,
Oh,
so I
right.
can't make you,
Oh, okay.
tell you even what I want from it. I don't know yet. It's kind of interesting, a little bit of everything here, but you do have quite a few Zippos here too. These are the very promotional ones, these.
Yeah.
They still work.
We did, remember we bought that huge camel lot, we
Yeah.
had some of those. so it's-
I remember. Then we had those two that open like that.
It's one right here, which looks like a coin.
What's the story with those? How did you collected them over the years, or is it
Yeah,
somebody else's, or what? Because a lot of stuff is here older. I mean, I see stuff here from 70s and 80s.
They had garage sales. I used to smoke a lot, so. I'm
Oh, yeah?
a big
Me
Marlboro
too.
Guy. So then my buddy got me into vaping, so I was just like, I don't need these anymore. So
I finally quit.
Check out that one.
I
I mean, overall, they're a little bit rough just because of the way I'm assuming
Yeah,
that they were
but-
stored,
But like some of these are, a little bit collectible. Some of these Zippos will bring a little bit more than the other stuff, But although CWH, I think that is it like
I'm not-
engraved to somebody. I think that's what
Maybe.
it was, right?
probably.
Never used though. MH on that one. I think there was a moment back in, I want to say like mid to late 80s, that they had these machines. You could pick different logos that Zippo would had on them, right? You could pick one from Camel, you could pick one with a train, airplane, and then they had a machine that you would stick this in and quickly engrave your initials. So, I mean, what are you thinking? What do you want to get out of this now? How many you got here? Probably, I don't know, at least 100, if not more, right?
Probably.
Right around 100.
I just figured, fuck it, I'll bring it in and see what I can get. I don't even have a price, so.
I'm just thinking in my head what I can honestly get out of them. If I just set them out here, like few nicer ones like these, I'll pick them out, you know, I'll set them separately and I put it individual prices. But I think the rest of the stuff, like all this, you know, things like
A
that.
lot of them were like $1, $3.
That's what I mean. We'll make a bin. We'll make a, you know, a dollar kind of lot. And I mean, some of this stuff obviously is gonna go for a little bit more, you know. But I don't know. I mean,
You just shoot a price and I'll just say, nay.
$100.
Fine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think, you know, that's fair. Some of them will sell for a few more dollars. Some
Well,
of
like
them
the
will just.
Zippos, yeah, you'll ask probably.
Some of them will
$10.
just get a buck back. And all right, cool. $100. You got it. Need your ID? I'll write you up. Are you interested in any of those? You want to look at them? Those
Like I said,
4
this-
Zippos that I got here?
These four, the one I wanted was different, so none of those.
None of those? Which one you wanted? I don't know. I mean,
It was like that, it was that coloring, gold coloring, but it had, I think it had camel on it.
that one has a camel on it.
I understand, but it wasn't this one. I don't think it was this one.
Was that the 4 gold ones that I spotted when I picked it out, you know?
I'm sure there's one more.
I'll write you up. There's one has just a plain camel on it, you know?
Okay, well, what do you want for it? What do you want for this one?
Huh? $5.
Open box.
I'll take it.
Brand new, never used,
take
you
it.
know? There you go.
And I have to see what this.
So I keep saying I should slow down on buying vintage and antique stuff, but when I come across slot machines, I just can't help it. I love them. They're such a unique pieces and part of history that I just can't. So I actually I drove an hour from my shop, hour away, to pick these 2 up. One of them is still in great working condition, and this bigger guy unfortunately needs cleaning. There's coins, they're stuck in the slot going down. But this one, still fully functional. I got nothing. Oh, I got nothing. Man. All right, last one. All in. Nothing. What I like about this slot machine, although it's missing like the paper they would put in here that shows you what you're gonna win and jackpot and things like that, has this very, very cool magnifying glass here that you can physically see your coins drop through here, go in there, and then they continue on. Both of these machines are Chicago made. They're made by Mills. And Mills has been making them since, I believe, 1910s, 1915, something like that. These particular 2, I think this one is 1925, and I think this one is 1930. So they're definitely antique now. They're 100 years old. Very cool pieces. Gonna spend some time cleaning them up, and we'll show you guys later how they look. They've been just sitting in somebody's basement. Nobody did with them anything for 50 years. Bunch of grime on it, dirt. And this one I got the keys for both of them. This one I'm gonna open up and try to clean it myself, see if I can get it going. If not, then I'm gonna service it. Value wise, probably this one is around 2 grand. This one probably about 1,500. So there's some money in those for sure.
Hey guys, it's Otto here. Can I get a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm? It will really, really help us out.
How do you flip this down? Like
I
to
don't
open
know.
it?
I don't know nothing about it.
Let's see.
You pull back and it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, usually use it. Oh, that I'm gonna keep though, because it's just an old one. Because I thought make this into like a buckshot round and get one of those M203s that go underneath the AR-15s. They make a 37mm grenade launcher that goes under your AR. Make a big old buckshot round out of it. Because it's steel, I think it'd hold the pressure. And I got a bunch of those, oh God, they made them in Vietnam. And they were like little spears. And they dropped and I got a whole box of them.
So where did you originally get it from?
Oh, this thing, I've had this thing, I go to the gun shows all the time, and I've had that thing, gotta be 25, 30 years.
Yeah, I didn't know if you got it from, like, say, your dad or.
Oh
you
no,
know, something
no!
like
If
that.
if it was the old man's or grandpa's, I would have kept it probably. But I have no, and I had one of these with the little guard on it and everything.
Yeah.
And somebody ganked it on me.
Or is this just all it's
They liked it, I guess. They liked it more than I did, and I just wanted another one.
Yeah, because I know you want to do an even swap, you know,
swap,
this
right.
out of our
Yeah.
cabin for this, but
If you want to do it,
I got to talk with Peter on it
You-
because you can't find this on eBay, I'm assuming, because they don't want
it might be a firearm.
something that has gun in it, even though it's a flare gun.
I know. They're ridiculous. You know what? The whole Illinois is ridiculous. First of all, but the whole country's gone crazy over guns. You know. It's
Yeah.
Like, you know, before I had my stroke, I put probably 15 ARs together. Thank God I did, because when I had my stroke, I could sell all my ARs and have money in my pocket. So I got one AR left out of like 15.
Well, I don't even think here in Illinois you can legally sell them.
You can't even sell them anymore.
Yeah.
You can't. Me and my buddies don't give. But I had an SP1 Colt original car, CAR. It had the collapsible stock with the shorter barrel, the heavier shorter barrel, almost like an M4. And that gun was probably worth $2,500. But it was my last gun. I had to get rid of it. But all the other ARs I put together as kits, they were all the M4, you know, A2s maybe, whatever.
Yeah.
But you got to have a good time, you know. I used to have a shooting range on my property. Butted up to an old quarry. And we used to, we go swimming in the quarry. We'd shoot the guns. Those were the days. I'm talking, you know, mid-90s here. But yeah, I don't have a life anymore. You know what? Just so you guys know, the kid that's there, he's my little helper, and he's been working with me on my house and everything for like 30-some years. But we're carpenters, plumbers, electricians. You ever have any kind of jobs? You sell any deals, I'll put in some money for you. Sell me a nice basement gig, I'll put in a G-note for you right off the top.
Okay.
But that's us, and so like I said, if you guys interested in anything, if you want to build any offices, metal studs, drywall, you know, any of that kind of stuff. And then, of course, we just did a little project yesterday. Two old guys, 75 years old, we just put handrails on their shower. And that's first deal I've sold in the last couple of years, you know, because I had the stroke and everything.
Yeah.
It felt good to sell a deal. It felt good to do a deal. It felt good to collect the check.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you, man?
Hi, I'm Michael.
Michael, Peter, pleasure.
Actually,
I'm one of your good customers. I come in all the time. I love your place, man.
I think I have all good customers. I don't have bad ones.
Right. I'm one of the better ones.
I did on the other side. It said right here, like
Oh, you
property
can barely see
U.S. or whatever.
Here.
I believe it's World War II. I've had it for years. It wasn't the old man's. It wasn't Grandpa's.
It does say U.S. property, you know, so.
So the feds are going to be busting down the door and taking us all to jail.
Man. I never had
You
one.
first, though, because, you know, I'm going to tell them it's all your fault.
I never had one. I never seen one.
Cool.
This is very cool piece.
Well, like I said, I figure it was a fair-up swap.
How did you acquire it?
You know what? I used to go to the gun shows every week, you know, and I don't know, somewhere along the line I ended up with it. But I've had it for 30 years myself.
Yeah.
And
So you
I've actually fired a flare out of it.
You did?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm taking this back though.
No. I gotta have this for this. Come on.
No. You can buy the 37. You go online. They sell them. 37 millimeter. They're plastic now, of course.
They're plastic.
This is the original metal one. I want to make for my AR-15. I want to get one of those M203. They make a 37 millimeter flare launcher. It looks like an M203 grenade launcher. And I was gonna make like a big buckshot round. I got some of those spears that they used to put in the bombs, and they dropped the bomb, and the little spears, little darts, like would take off. Thousands of these little darts, and a Vietnam era thing. And I ended up with a whole box of them. So I was gonna try to make me like a big ass buckshot.
Well, how are you gonna then shoot it?
Oh, shoot it through the M203.
Oh, yeah?
It goes under the AR-15, and it's like the M203 is a 40 millimeter.
Okay.
This one happens to be 37 millimeter. They don't make anti-personnel or anything for the 37 millimeter. Only smoke and flares.
So you
but
don't want to part with this?
No,
that's
that
what
I'm gonna keep.
Man, that might be a deal breaker.
Never. It's still a good deal.
So you want to trade for this?
I'll trade up, swap straight up for you. I just love your shop, dude.
I appreciate that.
I
Thank you so much.
already got a knife. I bought a knife the other day just for the scabbard.
This is an oldie too.
You know, these were issued to the British, I believe.
British,
Yeah,
correct.
in the Pacific for the jungle. And
so they're not very common out here.
no, they're not. You know,
they're not easy to find.
I had one of these, and somebody ganked it on me.
Really?
Yeah, it stole out of one of my packs. But I had it for, and again, it was one of those things I just acquired over time. And
so you think these were used during the World War II?
I believe that's World War II. I don't think I mean, if it's post-war production, you know, they made so much of that stuff during the war. They really did. When the minute war was over, they didn't want to make no more shit.
Yeah, somebody engraved there like a P on the bottom.
For patrol, maybe.
Man, who knows? Where would I mean? I'm thinking, where would this be?
That was probably on a ship. They probably kept that on the ship for signaling.
So you would think so, but then let's say you are dropped somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and then you need to put out a flare.
Right.
You
know what they do? You know, of course, nowadays they got the little string pulled little.
Yeah, they got the
hand
little
flares.
Yeah, but
back then I don't know what they had.
Yeah. So cool. I like it. Let's trade.
Good deal.
I love it.
I gave your boys a flyer. I'm a carpenter, plumber, electrician, and my little helper here, he's my helper. He's a kid that lived on my street when I started building my big ass house. I put all the kids to work, every kid on the block. And
so you do all kinds of remodeling?
You name it, we do it. I do yard work. I do anything.
So basement,
we can work trades in. I mean, you got anything going on, we can work trades because there's plenty of shit here that we want.
Decks, lighting, landscaping, painting, decorating, wall remover, plumbing repair, skin coat. Man, you're a jack of all trades, huh?
You know what? I've been working since I was 10 years old with the old man. Mostly basements, metal studs, drywall.
So is that your last name?
Ritaco.
Ritaco?
Yeah.
Ritaco and Sons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been doing basements since I was 10 years old with the old man. And I probably got maybe 400, 500 basements under my belt.
Okay.
And if you could do basements, you could do anything because it's everything. It's drywall, it's electrical.
Yeah.
I got my own jackhammer. I bust floor. I do bathrooms. If you want to put a bathroom in a concrete floor, I'll bust the floor out, put the pipe in. You know, I'll go, dude. I was telling these guys when I was working in my youth before the stroke, man, there was always money. I mean, there was
Did you recover a little bit?
I do. I am. I'm pretty good. You know what? I can drive. I can talk, walk, go upstairs. Everything.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good because, I mean, my mom went to a couple strokes and she never really recovered. She was paralyzed on the left side. We did lots of rehabilitation with her and she never gained a full speech.
How old was she when she had the stroke?
She was 60.
Oh, see, that's exactly what I was. I was 61.
Yeah. And then after that, she had a couple heart attacks, and it was rough. And we have another friend of a shop here.
Yeah, I told him about Marty.
Marty, and I mean, he's working hard at it. You could tell he's at it, but his leg a little bit drags behind him.
That's what happens, yeah.
And his hand he stopped kind of working with it.
It's a lot better than it was,
His speech improved tremendously. He talks good now.
My sister went in. They were going to do a procedure, cut the arteries open and clean her out because so we don't have a stroke. But on the table, she had a stroke. They couldn't get her up. They couldn't get her out of the anesthesiology or anesthesia.
Wow.
She finally came around. Her speech was totally. I mean, she can't put 3 words together.
Wow.
And but shit happens in life. She was a big smoker.
That's the
couple
thing.
packs a day.
My mom was a big smoker too.
Yeah, it gets you.
Yeah. So I smoked for 32 years. I gave up 6 years
God
ago.
bless.
6 years ago. I said, that's
Cold
it.
turkey?
Cold turkey.
That's the only
all
way to
in
do
your
it.
head.
It's all in your
head.
Right.
I don't care about the patches, all the crazy stuff they come up, No, it's all here.
And I don't mean to be rude or anything. Russian?
No, I'm Polish.
Polish? Okay. Close. I was that far off.
So I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little weird holding this, but this is a very unusual piece. Apparently this is made by Harley Davidson. Very soft leather. It's a woman's, how you say it, corset? Corset, right? Corset. What's weird about this, it's very nicely made, nice stitching. It's got a Harley Davidson, logo stitched out here. Really well made. Looks like it's a real deal. But here's my problem. I can't find anything on this. Zero, nada. It does have Harley Davidson tags. It says number 2 here. It's their official logo here. This tags is what's worrying me about this corset. It says made in China, but that's not surprising. They sell a lot of stuff now made in China. But the number that it's on this corset, the RN number, when I plug that in Google, it actually brings me a Harley Davidson motorcycle jacket. So this tag is not matching. I got a feeling that somebody took this tag, both of these tags, put them in here, sew them in, and this might be a knockoff. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is one of a kind. Maybe this was a prototype, never went to production. I don't know what to think about it. It's extremely well made. I'm not gonna lie. The leather quality, the stitching, everything about it is kind of done to the perfection. I mean, look at all these laces on the back made out of leather, all these stitching, and this feels so nice, so soft. This is a quality product, but I can't find anything on it. It worries me. If you guys know anything about this or you find out any information, drop a comment below. Send me a link, send me an email with the link. I'm gonna put this on CraigslistHunter.net on auction. We're gonna start it at $1 as I usually do, and yeah, somebody might end up with a very cool, unusual piece. CraigslistHunter.net. Ruby, come on. I mean, that G Loomis rod is still worth pretty penny, even though that this is kind of mid to late 90s rod. IMX were pretty popular. They made a really good product, and after Shimano bought them out, kind of went down the hill.
I've never fished with G Loomis.
No?
I fished Daiwa, Blues, and I had that one, what was it? It was wasn't the G Loomis, it was right under G Loomis. What's that blue one that I had? The bass.
Oh, the blue one? That was St. Croix.
St. Croix, that's
St. Croix, and you had
Daiwa.
You had the top of the line St. Croix actually. There was not Avid, it's about Avid. Gosh, I can't think of it.
The bass tournament.
Like this is their lowest line.
Yeah.
The Triumph.
Yeah.
You know, still good rod. I mean, this
Well, they put a lot of work into.
This is still $129 rod in a store now. You know. So
they put a lot of money even into like
again, this reel on it, this Quantum is worth nothing now. You know, so I mainly bought them for the rods. We can still easily put this rod here for $80, and so is that one. You know.
Yeah, $80.
Now that's a stiff rod, very heavy action. You can even almost use this for a muskie. That's how heavy it is. You know.
Yeah, it's got a lot of backbone.
And I still fish myself with G Loomis from. I have a couple rods from the late 90s. They're just good performing rods, you know.
Yeah.
This is a good starter rod, this. You know, if somebody wants to get into St. Croix rods, you know, Triumph is it's not a bad price.
It's even still got the...
Yeah, he never took off this plastic.
It's
from
all
the
white
cork.
underneath there.
Yeah, I know. So
the corks clean up pretty easy though.
I think I would probably take both of these reels off. Clean them up a little bit and price them separately, the rods, because these are dinosaurs, you know.
Like even the reel seats, they even are a little bit heavy duty.
Wipe them down and we'll get good money for the rods. The reels are maybe $10 reels.
Yeah.
Somebody's good backup reel in your bag. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So I was wrong about this set, this chess set. I thought these were Aztec figurines, and I was just told that these are Mayans, not Aztec. And the gentleman told me that because of the jaguars, they represent Mayans, and that makes sense. And these are the Mayans pyramids. Still cool, very cool piece. I don't think this is gonna last long. Very, very unique. All right, guys. Postcard time, 771, and this first postcard is actually pretty cool. Vintage postcard, Chicago, but when you open it up, it's like 10 postcards on both sides. Pretty cool, I like that a lot. Thank you for that one. 772, 773, 774, 775, 776, 777, 778, 779, and 780. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.